Hey everyone, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to wherever you guys are listening to me from, my podcast, YouTube, whatever it might be. In this episode, I wanted to speak to you guys about how I've had a lot of people come to me in the recent past and tell me that, I'm working too hard or, I should take a little bit of time off or things to that effect. Basically telling me that, I've been kind of pushing myself really, really hard, and I should kind of maybe taking some time off because I don't really take any time off. I work every single day nowadays, right? The reality of it is that in my head, I have taken the first 30 years of my life off, basically. I used to, focus on work, school, and all that stuff, but I did not put my entire living being into it. I didn't really care that much about it. It was fine, I did it because it was something I had to do, but I didn't really care about it to the best of my ability, to the best of my extent. Like, I did it because I had to do it, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm working on something that I really care about. I wake up in the morning excited to get through my morning routine, through my meditation, through all the stuff that I need to do so I can go do my work, right? I am ecstatic to be able to do this stuff. Like, I get excited. You guys can see it. And everyone else can see it too. I can feel the difference between how I was in the past, where I would have to be pushed to do the work, where I am right now, where I am excited to get up in the morning and waiting to do my work, right? I'll get up sometimes when it's still dark outside at 5:30, and I can't wait for it to be light for me to finish my meditation and my morning run and whatever I'm doing in the morning, so I can start my work, start all the stuff that I'm excited to do for the day, right? That is the life that I'm living right now. I'm not saying it in order to make you feel bad if you're not living that life, but to say that obviously it is possible for you as well, because for the longest time I'd lived that life where I didn't care about the work I was doing. The real tenet or thesis of this video or this episode is the fact that when people tell me that, I should take some time off, this is what I tell them. I've taken the first 30 years of my life off. I didn't do what I really cared about it. For the first time in my life, I actually care and really care about the stuff that I'm doing. So why would I take any time off, right? It's not like I'm doing this stuff because someone is forcing me to do it. I'm not working 12 hours a day every single day because I'm being forced to do it because I don't like what I'm doing. I want to make a lot of money. Nothing like that. I love doing this work. I love it. Love, love, love it, right? And so that's why I'm doing it. That's why I care about it so much. That's why I'm spending so much effort on it. Also, it's not only just me, but I have a lot of mentors and a lot of coaches. I have a lot of people that I look up to, where I'm looking to them to see how do they live their life and how can I emulate them in my own life, right? One of the people that has recently become my mentor is the late king of Thailand, King Rama, King Bhumibol, I think his name is. King Rama the Ninth. He recently passed away a year ago, but he recently had his cremation ceremony. And I went to the cremation ceremony. It was a beautiful ceremony, really respectful, really patriotic. I love Thailand for how much they care about their leaders, right? But I saw how much King Rama had done, how much he had accomplished in his own life, how much he had done for this country. I can imagine him working day after day, hour after hour, on all the stuff that he did. And it was so fascinating to me how much this individual was able to do in his lifetime. And so from that, I'm looking at my own life and how much I accomplish in a day. And I think to myself, I don't even have a country to take care of. And I'm not doing that much, right? This person, this individual, this king had obviously a country to run. But on top of that, he had all the scientific research that he did. He had his own farm that he worked on. He played music, he cared about so many different arts and culture. He did so much. He had a family, he had so much that he did. And so he's become my new mentor because I think to myself, if this individual, this amazing individual can perform and have such an amazing, productive life, then why can't I? I can do that too. I can try to emulate him as much as possible. I'm never going to, it's going to be very hard for me to reach the pinnacle that he has reached to because he was very dedicated. But I can try to do half as much as him. Right? And that's again the same kind of thing where I look at Peter Drucker or Tim Ferriss or Brian Johnson, all of my mentors, my coaches, the books that I read, Ryan Holiday, I love them. And I look at them and I think to myself, okay, if they have accomplished so much in their life, then I can do exactly the same. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do exactly the same if I sit around at home watching Netflix or wasting my time on Facebook, on Instagram, right? It's not going to happen that way. So what I need to do is to be productive, to time block my important stuff, do this creative work that I'm meant to do on this planet, focus on it, be as productive as possible, and not waste any more time. I have wasted so much of my life already, I think, in my head. Now you might look at it and say, well, you had to go through that to get to where you are right now. You need the comparison. I absolutely agree. But that is why I keep on reminding myself of that comparison. I went through that phase of my life where I did very little. I wasted a lot of my time on nonsense. And I'm at this point in my life right now where I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore because it is not something that I'm interested in. Make sense? And so the reason I wanted to do this video, the reason I do any podcast or any video, of course, is to explain to you my thinking and my reasoning behind the way I do things, but also perhaps to teach you a little bit. Maybe use a little bit of my tiny wisdom to put something in your own head. If you consider me to be very productive, but I don't, where is that difference coming from? What are you spending all of your day doing? It's so interesting to me because I compare myself to myself all the time. I don't want to compare myself to people who are not as at the same level as me, obviously. Perhaps higher than me, but not lower than me for sure, right? But I always compare myself to my previous self. And I look at that person and I remember how many hours were wasted on so much nonsense, right? I spent hours online shopping and not actually buying anything, just browsing, wasting my time. I spent hours going out and partying, getting drunk, and then dealing with my hangover the next day, wasting my time. I spent hours on Facebook reading and bitching and complaining and moaning like a lot of people do on social media. I spent so much of my time running after my boyfriends or my partners because I wanted to make them happy, because I had no other thing occupying my mind, because I had no other passions. Right? I spent so much of my time reading novels where it was not really anything that I did for fun, but because I was bored and I wanted to fill my time. So many time-passed things where I did them just because I wanted the time to move faster. I was bored, is basically, I guess, what I would say. And so I did that in the past, and I compare myself to where I was in the past and to right now, where every moment of my time, I'm not working all the time, but every moment of my time is consciously spent. Do you know what I'm saying? I consciously think about, okay, I have a few minutes right now to just relax. What am I going to do with my time? I'm going to consciously spend it on something, even if it's a waste of time, even if it's something that I'm just doing for fun. I play online games all the time. And so, but I consciously put my effort into it. So I've done my work for the day and I sit down and relaxing, reading books, whatever it might be. And I realize, okay, you know what? I just want to chill and I just want to play a game. And so then I will play a game. It's not that I'm doing it in order to pass my time or I'm trying to get away from the real work that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not using it as an excuse or as a time filler. I'm using it in a conscious manner. And so that's what I do all the time now. I'm consciously thinking about, how am I spending my time right now? What am I doing right now? Is this a useful spending of my time? Is it a useful use of my time? Should I be doing something else? Is there something else on my to-do list that I'm trying to run away from? Is there something that I should be doing, but I'm really afraid to do it? Or I'm feeling resistance, or I'm feeling doubt, and I'm not doing it for that reason? Is that what's going on here? Or am I actually wanting to play a game? Am I actually trying to relax? Do you know what I'm saying? There's a big difference when you kind of consciously do this as opposed to just unconsciously going into your day and doing all these things just because you feel like it. Make sense? I hope it does. I hope that you will be able to take at least one or two pearls of wisdom from this video, from this podcast, and use it in your own life. Even if it just kind of reminds you to be a little bit more conscious of how are you spending your time on this planet. I don't need to remind you, we have a very limited time on this planet. I know I don't need to tell you this because I know all of us know this already. But the truth is that we have a very limited time on this planet. And I, in my ignorance of my youth, have put a lot of that time to not good use, right? So now I'm kind of trying to catch up in my head. But what are you doing with your time? Perhaps you're the kind of person who did spend your time doing what you wanted to do. And so that's all right. But that's a conscious decision we make every single second of every single day. How are we spending our time? And is this the best use of our time? Make sense? I hope it does. Let me know what you guys' comments are or feedback. I'm always looking to hear from you guys. And if you guys are interested, obviously you can join my team at patreon.com/boomshikha. That's patreon.com/boomshikha, which is my name. All right, I'll see you guys next time around. Bye for now.